On the morning of June 14th, 2006, a BNSF manifest was making its way to Stockton, California on the Stockton subdivision. The train was hauling 55 freight cars and 7 engines on the head end, with BNSF-944CW 4059. Followed behind it was NREX SD50 number 5473, BNSF-944CW 1065, FURX Lease Unit ST50 number 8110, BNSF GP30U 2437, BNSF SD40-2 7065, BNSF-944CW 997, the last one leading. In the opposite direction was a northbound train carrying cement. This train consisted of 30 freight cars and 4 engines leading, which were Dash 9s, with BNSF number 4479, BNSF 4715, Norfolk Southern 8967, and finally BNSF 4576. When the two trains were traveling along the Stockton subdivision, they were used to side at Kismet, in which was 4059 was supposed to stop on the main line and let 4479 divert off the main and into the siding so BNSF 4059 can pass safely. A surveillance camera in the cab of 4479 shows what happens next. When they're about to approach the siding, they go over a yellow signal, meaning to enter the siding at restricted speed. But then the headlights of 4059 come in as well. But then they realize their mistake and both trains apply their brakes. Both of the trains collided at 30 miles per hour. 997 had a freight car go through its cab, and half of its front end was sheared off. As a total, all the trains and 14 cars derailed. However, all the 5 crew members survived, but had injuries. But the real question was, what could have caused this such major bad of an accident? An investigation by the FRA was soon conducted. When the southbound crew were doing drug testing, they found traces of crack cocaine in the conductor's system, which made his vision very dangerous when controlling a train. However, the southbound crew of 4059 said that the signal was making it unreadable to read. However, that statement was proven false. The signals were working fine when a test train was sent out a week later after the crash. The crew of 4059 should have stopped their train at the signal, so the blame went solely to them. As for the locomotives involved, all but one made it out alive. 4059, despite the damage it sustained, was repaired and put back into service. However, it went back into its Heritage 2 colors. BNSF 4479 was repaired and put back into service, and also, it had its Heritage 1 color, so as were 1065 and 4715. 8110 was repaired and put back into service. However, a few years later, it runs for the Kansas and Oklahoma Railroad. 997, despite a freight car going through its cab, was repaired and put back into its Heritage 3 colors. BNSF 2437 was repaired and put back into service. However, in 2020, the train went into storage in Galveston, Texas. In 2022, it was moved out of storage and somewhere in the Midwest. 8967 was repaired as well and put back into service. However, in 2019, it was converted to a 44 ACW and was renumbered as 4208. 7065 was repaired and put back into service. However, a few years later, it was sold to Norfolk Southern and became a GP42 and renumbered to 3517. The only engine that was not repaired was the SD50 number 5473, which was deemed a total loss to its cab and roof and eventually scrapped.